Welcome back, everyone, to the Superplex podcast. Uh, it looks like we have actually got a chance to make an episode 2. No one wanted to cancel us yet, so
Yet.
mhm. But yeah, so welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about what happened on Dynamite. Um, I don't know if most of you know, but it probably is going to be a very quick podcast today because not much actually happened on Dynamite. So yeah, let's crack on. We start off the show with Phoenix versus Matt Jackson.
Yeah.
SCU was actually looking on
Yeah.
for some strange reason.
Yeah, decent match. It was a decent match.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
Good match to open the show.
I don't think I've ever said anything bad about Phoenix. A Phoenix match. So I'm sure at one point it will come.
Like I said, I mean, Phoenix is good anyway, but I felt Phoenix was going to win. I mean, let's face it, it weren't for a title. You had to build Phoenix and pack up.
Phoenix didn't win.
Yeah.
Phoenix did win.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won. Right, you really can't remember the show. Yeah, Phoenix won, mate.
Did he?
Yeah, he won.
Do you wanna sit this one out?
Win. What are you talking about?
Yes, he won.
Bro, Phoenix won.
Is it even what? For real?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Do you want to sit this podcast out since you don't seem to remember anything?
Oh, I can't. I really can't.
Yeah, he won.
Wow.
He's gonna rejoin us when we talk about the end of the show.
Yeah, he probably will.
That's it.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I even said it like Phoenix versus Mac Jackson, and next week or maybe in 2 weeks' time it'll probably be Pac versus Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because it needs to be done, and then probably Nick will win that. So in a way, it'll be like a 1-1, and then let's have a tag team match for the belts. Well, actually, they got a top match.
Yeah.
Against them. So yeah. Yeah. So SCU was looking on. Matt Jackson got actually power bombed on the top rope there, and wow.
Yeah.
That was it looked painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point, Phoenix kind of super kicked Nick, and then of course Matt retaliated and super kicked Pac.
Good old slap fires.
Yep, and then Phoenix got him in a package pile driver, and 1, 2, 3, it was over.
It was over. Yep. Yeah,
that was basically it. That was basically the first match.
It was I mean, it wasn't a long match. It was a decent match. I mean, it kicked off the show nice, but then I don't know. The show just seemed really short with action this week. I mean, we're going to the next match in a minute, but yeah, it started off the show really well, and then it kind of struggled a little bit for action.
Yeah. All in all, it was a good start.
Yeah, good start.
A few high spots, as you would expect from either of them. You know, jumping through the ropes, over the top rope, all that sort of stuff. Phoenix doing his madness, and then kind of finished kind of quickly, which yeah, you got what you wanted.
Yeah, it was a good match. Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically like the first 10, 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes of the show. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think the match made it to 10 minutes.
No.
I could be wrong, but yeah, that was basically it. And after that, we had a John Moxley and Kingston interview. Them in the back, just talking about what happened. It was crap fireworks and them having a drink and kind of slagging each other off. Where were Moxley saying to Kingston, "Where were you when I was getting my ass whooped?" And he was just like, "Yeah, well, I was getting my eyebrows done and my hair because I gotta look good." And yeah, just a little
Comedy.
a little bit of comedy, just to kind of just still stick it that the fireworks didn't actually go.
I thought it was good though. Moxie's face when Kingston was talking was fantastic.
Absolutely, and the drinking whiskey together.
Yeah, Moxley got his drinking buddy back.
Yeah, that's it. But again, just a really short thing. Just still making fun of the bombs going off or not,
lack of bombs.
Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, again a very short interview. Just still making poking fun of it. Basically it. All right, then we had Cody versus Seth Garcia.
Seth Garcia.
Cody. Cody came out, went to a fan on the other side of the barrier to give him his weight belt. Jumped in the ring. Couple of moves, squash match. Really, I think might have been 2 minutes. And
maybe less. Yeah, 2 minutes less.
Yeah, got him in a figure 4 leg lock. Seth taps out. That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was basically it. Tony Schiavone comes down to the ring to speak to Cody. I just one thing that I actually did not like about this, even though it was a squash match and it was supposed to be a squash match, the fact that after Cody pinned him, Arn Anderson got in the ring and was just showing him his watch to show him how quick he beat him.
Yeah.
I did not need that.
No. I did not see that. I missed that bit.
It was out of order.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't need to see that. Everyone knows this is a squash match. You do not need to point out more the fact that you beat him in probably less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when Tony Schiavone got in the ring, Arn Anderson did exactly the same thing and pointed to his watch to show him how quick Cody beat this guy. Again, don't need to see that. I don't know if I'm just being a little bit picky on that.
No, it was out of order. It was bang out of order, that was.
Just remember, guys, though, innit? Cody loves you all. Just remember, Cody loves you all.
You need to stop that. You need to stop that right now. Yeah, so he was about to... I can't actually recall what actually Tony Schiavone was going to ask him, but Penta jumps up from the Mexican announce table, or the Spanish announce table, should I say, and cuts off Cody, just telling him to shut up. And he told
Cody, shut up.
That was it. To be honest, you sounded a bit Italian there.
It's brilliant. That's all.
It was great.
Shut up your face.
Yeah, it was great. It was great because then he said that he was 1,000 times better than him, and if Cody is the prince of wrestling, Penta is the lord of lucha libre, and he's going to beat him so bad that he won't even be able to pick up his baby daughter, which Cody just jumped over the barrier. They started having a little fist fight, and then everyone came out and broke it up.
There was more action than the squash match.
Oh, absolutely.
There was more action involved between him and Penta.
Yeah, that was it. So I'm sure we're gonna have a bit of Penta versus Cody at some point, because he also did say, Penta did say to him, if he should have faced him one-on-one. So, yeah. Then we had a little backstage interview with Orange Cassidy and Chucky T, asking for one more match, and there will be arcade machines surrounding the ring.
I don't know if that was serious.
I'm just saying what they said. Do you know what? Knowing them, they probably will.
Yeah.
They probably will, and just they'll be like, just destroying, arcade machines. There was the condition if they did lose this one, then Chuck would be Miro's butler again.
Forever, he said.
So, yeah, that was a little interview. They were actually in an arcade room, where I don't know where that would have been, but they were in the arcades. Then we had another promo with Sting and Tony Schiavone asking him how was the match and all this sort of stuff, and Sting said that Darby Allin is a crazy guy. Archer comes out, saying that he's had enough of not getting anything from the company, and people are starting to run out of time, which I think Archer's going to turn back into the Archer when he first came into AEW.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that was 3 promos in a row.
Sting versus Archer is such a bad idea.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Because I don't think they would. Who loses that? You don't want to.
Sting's gonna have to.
Well, yeah, but Sting just came back. It's Sting.
Yeah, but Sting won the last one. He's due a loss.
That's what I mean. It's Sting. Yeah, it's like it's the icon, and you're putting him up against Lance Archer. I like Lance Archer, and it's a case of
So do I.
I don't want either to lose. So
yeah,
it's like
if Sting's gonna, what's the word? If Sting's gonna step up now and gonna start fighting again, then you can't expect he can't win every single match he fights.
No, he can't.
And against Sting, you could actually put people over.
Of course.
Sting could lose the next 1,000 matches and no one would stop calling him the icon.
No, not at all.
So, yeah. Put talent over. You could do that with Sting. But I'm just worried for his safety in that sense. He's not a young man no more.
No, he's not.
And, no matter how protected he is, in that sense, all it takes is a bad DDT, a bad suplex, anything like that, and I don't know, dislocation, broken bones, a tear, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
unless every Sting match from now on
is recorded.
It's a cinematic match.
Yeah. I mean, look, if they're going to do a cinematic match between Sting and Archer, Archer has to put Sting through the ceiling.
Oh God,
that is just.
You can't put Sting through the ceiling.
I'm sorry, that was one of the best things I've ever seen.
It was the best thing ever.
I have never seen in many years of watching wrestling a guy putting a person through the ceiling and then grabbing him and dumping him in a bin. and that bin must have been like Mary Poppins' bag because he disappeared into it. I didn't even see his legs sticking out. That's how bad it was.
No, he disappeared. It was one of them Super Mario tubes, isn't it?
Man, he went into the ether. He's in the ether right now. We've never saw that guy again.
Nope, he's gone.
He's in space now, just floating.
Oh dear.
But I don't want to see it. I do not want to see Sting versus Archer. No. And to cap it off, I'll pass it on to you, Bushman. What did Jake the Snake say?
Bye, Stinger.
That was it. Was the way he did it. The fact that he was just grabbing Archer by the arm, dragging him off the stage. But yeah, that was about probably an hour into the show, maybe 45 minutes.
Stinger.
That was about 45 minutes, an hour into the show.
That was a pretty talking heavy, interview heavy episode this week, sadly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because
was.
I think like we said, I think in the first hour of it, they had two matches, and probably both matches together, you probably wouldn't even make 15 minutes out of both matches.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and the Phoenix match might have been a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but I don't recall it being that long.
No.
So yeah, it was more talking this week than action. But I'm guessing they're starting to kind of plant the seeds for some next feuds to be coming up and some next matches by the look of it.
Yep. Bye, Stinger.
Next, we had QT Marshall and Lee Johnson in the back, speaking about what happened. Why did he jump over the top rope? And he just kind of brushed it off, said, "Don't worry about it. Today is all about Lee Johnson." So, yeah, they headed to the ring. It was Ethan Page versus Lee Johnson. Yeah, it was a quick match as well.
Felt like a filler match, to be fair,
Yeah, it did.
just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. Again, another quick match. I mean, it did have some good spots and everything like that. It did look like at one point Lee Johnson did hurt himself a little bit. Ethan Page then hits the Razor's Edge, which he actually changed it to the Ego's Edge. Pins him.
Was that a Razor's Edge?
It was.
No, Razor's Edge, you go down to your knees.
Well, but that's,
He just sort of threw him.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's sort of same.
No, it's not the same.
listen, go play SmackDown 2. Yeah, the Razor's Edge was just like a crucifix powerbomb.
Yeah, but you still got to go down to your knees.
Yeah, but then
SmackDown 2,
yeah, SmackDown 2. Go down there. They used to call the Razor's Edge, even though it was just like he never went down on his knees.
Nah.
All right, fine.
Not a Razor's Edge if you don't go down.
All right, it's not the Razor's Edge, but he called it the Ego Edge. It's a crucifix powerbomb, all right? And he gets the 1, 2, 3. Then starts beating on Lee Johnson. He's reaching out to QT Marshall, and QT Marshall is not doing anything. Well, he's just getting his ass handed to him. Dusty comes out. Not Dusty, sorry. That would have been a good spectacle. Dusty coming out.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Dustin came out to save him. Starts yelling some profanities at QT Marshall. QT Marshall just turns around and walks off.
Up the ramp.
No, well, yeah, towards the outside area, not actually up the ramp to go to the backstage.
There is no ramp. It went up the ramp to go out the building.
That's exactly what I just said. Onto
Did
the
it?
outside area. Up
Yes.
the ramp onto the outside area.
He has left the building.
Okay.
Who cares?
Exactly. How long? how long until
Who cares?
this concludes?
Who cares?
Yeah.
No, but you should at least still give your opinion on how long it'll take.
Blue Dust will whoop him, and then that'll be the end of it.
I still say that there's another something else that's gonna have to happen because
I really hope it doesn't last too long. I really don't.
Nah, it's horrible to say, but I'm just not invested in it at all. It's like, who cares?
But I mean, you gotta give some time for it to grow.
No, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be QT Marshall, and I'm still not going to care.
But yeah, you still. But like you said it last week, it'll be a good match because Dustin's in it. He'll most likely, get it going in a sense. But you can't just go now. Okay, Dusty versus QT Marshall. because you decided to jump over the top rope and you didn't help Lee Johnson.
Yeah, but then what's the outcome?
I mean,
What's the point of it all?
there must be. This is what I mean. You need to have a little bit of growth into this match. Most likely, you will have to come out and say what is his, what's his deal.
He's throwing his dummy at his pram.
Yes.
What?
But why? Because all he did was he threw the gun club over the top rope. Dustin asked him, "What's that? Why are you doing that? We're all together," and he jumped over the top rope.
Yeah, he threw his dummies out the pram.
But that's why I'm saying you most likely will have something else being said.
It's a no-starter thing for me. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
No, I'm not defending it in a sense. I'm just saying, you gotta. I rather have a bit more information before you just make up a match just to say you made up a match. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. Moving on to another promo. This time with another Page, Hangman. This time, Hangman Page. Marvez was, just talking about what happened on Sunday, and he just rolls out in a lawnmower.
A fantastic lawnmower.
A fantastic lawnmower. And he was just like, asking if that's what he bought with Matt's money. And he said that was what he bought with Matt's money. And all of a sudden, the whole Dark Order comes out.
Yep.
And they all jump on the top of the lawnmower to go for a ride, except for number 5. He got told he had no
He got left behind.
Yeah,
but then they nearly all did because it nearly tipped over.
But any additions you want to put to this?
No, it was what it was. Short interview.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Another filler.
Yep. And now comes to one of the highlights of the evening, which was Tony Schiavone was going to interview Christian Cage. But before he got a chance, the cleaners come out, and then Kenny Omega comes out. And, they just started talking about all the crap that happened and how the ending of the pay-per-view just really bad-mouthing Eddie Kingston, saying they were gonna kill him and shit like that, and what happened to him. And I think they mentioned something that happened to him in prison and all that sort of stuff. Pardon me. And then he comes out, and Omega's kind of egging him on to punch him because he's just like, the first one's for free. Puts the counter on for like 10 seconds, and as the 10 seconds hit, Kenny Omega throws himself on the floor, pretending that the whole place blew up, and then he says one of the most fantastic lines I think I've ever heard in wrestling, which is, "Don 69 me."
Don 69 me. 69 me, Don. Don 69 me.
Which Don Callis actually did.
That's fantastic.
He spun round on top of him, didn't he?
He did.
69 me, Don. 69 me.
Again, the most bizarre thing I've ever watched, but one of the things that I actually really, really enjoyed and laughed out loud because it was just so ridiculous and preposterous.
But fantastic at the same time.
Absolutely. Eddie Kingston does end up punching him in the face. He does knock him out. Omega does get knocked out. But of course, with Don Callis and the Good Brothers in the ring, he does get overcome by the numbers, and then Moxley comes out. Moxley ends up coming out, helping him out. I still do not know whose shoes were left on the ring
No idea.
because
There was two pairs.
It
Two
was
people lost their shoes.
I still don't know because literally Mox came out and all hell breaks loose. Eddie and Mox just being on the Good Brothers. I don't even know what happened to Don Callis, to be honest.
Everyone vanished.
Yeah, he literally just seemed to disappear. But of course, who comes out after all that, after the ring is cleared? Christian Cage, the man himself. You know,
Who cares?
Captain Charisma.
Who cares?
Checking out his peeps. And he goes towards him. I think Omega tried to get a handshake off of him, and he just refuses it. Yeah, basically. Goes to give him his finisher. Don Callis grabs Omega by the leg, drags him out, and
what is his finisher? I can't even remember.
Impaler?
Is it?
I want to say it's the Impaler.
Christian, yeah, I think it is he?
Yeah.
Impaler, yeah.
Ain't got a clue.
Might have to go back onto SmackDown too. To check it out. No, but yeah, he was going to give him his finisher. He gets dragged out by Don Callis, Omega, and Christian picks up the belt. What do you guys say? Eh? Good old Christian Cage versus Omega for the title match.
If Christian beats Omega for the belt, I'll never watch A.E.W. again. It will be the shortest-lived podcast in history.
Oh, damn. Tone, I think it's going to be just a two-man job.
Yeah, but looks at it. Here, it was called, it was called the Impaler when he was in the Brood, but then he changed it to the Unprettier.
See, that rings a bell, the Unprettier.
The Unprettier he changed it to when he became Captain Charisma.
There you go. But no, Steve, seeing that there is a chance that this is going to happen, at least a title match. Well, Bush, you're not very happy about this, are you?
I don't care if he has a title match as long as he don't win it.
But you do hate him.
With a passion.
So, yeah. So you're telling me that if he wins the belt ever, you'll stop?
Not ever. If he beats the best wrestler in the world at the moment.
I'm sorry to say, Omega is not the best wrestler at the moment.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes,
The best wrestler at the moment is John Moxley. He is number one in the PW Insiders top 100.
Who does the PW Insider?
I think it's other wrestlers, isn't it?
I thought it was Meltzer.
I'm not 100%.
I thought it was wrestlers actually voting on each other. I think, but I could be absolutely wrong. So that's why I'm saying it. I'm not going to go, yeah. But again, if it's Meltzer, I mean, I've said this to you before. I don't know the guy, but to be honest, is one thing that Taz said. Why do people really care what he says when he's never been a wrestler himself?
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Like, he hasn't been a wrestler, but somehow his word means a lot, which, again, I got no problem with him, but yeah, Taz was off on that. But the best wrestler right now is not Kenny Omega, it is John Moxley. I think Omega's actually like number 5 or number 6.
It's Omega.
I think Bailey was even number 2.
It's Omega.
Yeah. Go on, Bailey.
Yeah.
You're getting that lift, girl.
So yeah, it looks like that's going to happen, and most likely what you said as well, Bushman, which was Moxley and Kingston probably going a little tag team title run as well, maybe.
Yes, this is what I've been waiting for.
They got the Good Brothers next week on
Yes.
Dynamite.
Shame it's not for the belt.
Next, we had Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Maki Ito versus Shida, Thunder Rosa, and Mitsuami. Just before I start off, you didn't really enjoy this, did you, Bush?
I don't like that woman who comes out singing. I find it very annoying.
Yeah,
So Maki Ito.
yeah, Maki Ito.
Do you know what I thought was funny, yeah?
Go on.
Was when she was singing, She'd come up to attack her, right? And she knocked Sheeda down to her knees, and she was giving her the weakest hits with the microphone on the top of the head. They were the weakest hits ever.
It was going, doop,
Oh, they were
doop,
great.
doop.
But it was again, it was just one of those quick sort of matches.
Filler matches, yeah.
Yeah.
They all were tonight.
At one point, Ito just started giving Thunder Rose, I think it was, no, she'd actually, the middle finger, which was, quite funny. But yeah, at one point, Vicky was distracting the ref. But yeah, Thunder Rosa ends up hitting a spike pile driver on Ito. And that was the end of the match. Britt Baker then comes in. Attacks Thunder Rosa from behind, gets the lockjaw on her. Rebel starts hitting her with a crutch, and Vicky starts punching her in the thigh for some strange reason. But, apparently that hurts a lot. That
she was giving her a dead leg, isn't it?
Well, yeah, to be honest, when you're in school, that's probably one of the worst things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking down the hallway with just a gammy leg because you got no feeling left.
No, you're limping.
Yeah, but that was more or less it. It looks like the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker thing is going to be also next week. There's a match already scheduled, but we'll talk about that in a little while. That was it. Cut to another promo. Backstage. Another promo. Between Matt Hardy not being very happy with a private party, saying that he's got hundreds of safes full of money, that wasn't a problem, but he needs to sign some more people to the group. And he signed the Bunny, the Blade, and the Butcher to the Matt Hardy. I'm not even sure what the group is called actually, or if he even has a name. But yeah,
I wonder if this is the end of Kingston and Butcher and Blade.
Oh, most likely.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think this is what had to happen for them to kind of separate.
Yes.
But now they got, we already know what's going to happen with Private Party, Matt, Bunny, the Butcher, and the Blade, because Matt actually said that now they're going to take on the Dark Order for ruining that match, or ruining his life, however he actually said it. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to be having a good old-fashioned faction feud.
Thank God.
Yeah, we were missing one.
I do like a nice faction feud, if I'm honest.
Well, what was the last one? The Elite versus the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And although this ain't a WWE podcast, my favourite time in wrestling was when you had all those factions, DOA and Nation and Xavier Vega's one, I can't remember what they were called.
Out of all the factions, he announced the DOA first. The Disciples of Apocalypse.
I like the Disciples of Apocalypse. And then Undertaker adopted it later.
The DOA.
What was Xavier Vega's group?
I'm trying to remember now.
Los Barricos.
I've got a feeling it was,
Who else was there? DX. Who were the other groups? There was loads of them.
You had APA.
APA.
Oh yeah, you had thing as well. The oddities.
Oddities. I like the oddities.
Yeah, the oddities is great.
The
Anyway, let's get
the
back to A.E.W.
the Un-Americans,
That was much later.
but are still there.
Yeah, it was still a good. I do like a good faction.
Hey,
Ministry
Al
was
Snow-
obviously my favourite.
Yeah, it was the
Snow,
Los Boricuas.
I thought it was
Yeah.
my favorite faction was actually the Radicals.
Radicals.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the radicals.
They were good when they.
Listen,
Oh, no, they all moved on. Well, they didn't all move on. Perry Saturn didn't do anything.
I'm sorry, Perry Saturn was the glue that held that together.
Yeah, and then he married a mop.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's go wrong with that? I mean, Al Snow was walking around with a fake head.
Yeah, but everybody loves Headloo.
Well.
Yes.
Well.
Let's not go down that path. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not go
Well.
Right. Next, we had an actual match, which was Scorpio Sky versus Darby Allin for the TNT belt.
This was the only good match on the show.
Yeah.
Blasphemy! Are you telling me Phoenix Matt wasn't?
Phoenix, this is the thing what we were saying earlier. It went too quick.
It did. This one had, to be honest, this one wasn't very long either.
Yeah, but it was definitely the longest match of the show.
Yeah, this was 10 minutes plus.
And they told a story in the match as well.
Yeah. There was, I did like the fact that at one point there was actually wrestling in this match.
Yes.
With Darby Allin grappling with, Scorpio Sky. I want to ask if the move that Darby Allin flipped over the back of Scorpio Sky getting back in the ring, was that a botch?
Yes.
Or was that meant to make it so it looked like he actually hurt himself?
No, he
messed that up, didn't he?
yes.
I thought that as well.
I'm not sure if he actually did injure himself, but it was definitely not supposed to happen that way.
I think he might have supposed to flip over him, then do the whole thing of when he landed, holds onto his ankle. Maybe that. But he did look like he botched it, the flip over Scorpio's back.
Well, it didn't flip, did he? He sort of
He
got up, but then fell forward. Backwards.
Yeah, there was no momentum. There was no momentum to carry him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky did do some beautiful, beautiful German suplexes.
Yes.
Especially the one onto the top turnbuckle, which was, I mean, like JR was saying, the whiplash effect from the side angle. How is his head still attached? Because there was a lot of force in that.
A lesser move like that ended Sting's career. It didn't end Sting's career, but it almost ended Sting's career.
Yeah.
And it was a lot lighter of a buckle bomb than what Darby took.
Yeah, because that was
really painful.
Yeah, I mean, your whole body weight is just coming with you as you're going over.
And Scorpio's as well.
Well,
he flicked you back, so both of your body weights are going back.
Yeah, and Scorpio does look like a man that can, put some weight behind it as well.
Yeah, Scorpio's a big guy.
Yeah. Then there was a fantastic counter where Darby flies through the ropes and Scorpio Sky hits a cutter on him. It was perfect.
Yes,
it was.
The cut was
perfect. The timing on that is ridiculous. It was just so good to see.
He'll be world champion soon.
Who?
Sky.
Oh, they have to give him a push. That's the reason why he stopped being with SCU.
He sort of. Do you know what was mad though? He sort of had a push at one point. Remember when he had that they made him face Chris Jericho. Remember first when he was still tag champ.
Yeah, but then you got to also look at it. They also gave the push to Jungle Boy, the 10-minute match with Jericho.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know if you actually remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Where he won that match. But again, nothing really went on after that, was it? It was just, oh yeah, you didn't tap out. even though Jericho said you did tap out. And that was kind of the end of it. So, yeah, it was a little bit weird. And then another beautiful counter from the top rope. Darby Allin going for the coffin drop, and Scorpio Sky countering it into a sit-down powerbomb, which was phenomenal again. Timing was fantastic. And it was two fantastic and beautiful counters that I had seen in a long, long time in a wrestling match.
I'm gonna upset people now.
Go on.
Darby, both times, Darby should have stayed down for the pin. On the cutter from the outside, he should have stayed down for the pin. All right, fair enough. He kicked out of it. This second one should have finished Darby off. There's no way Darby should have kicked out of that. No, it's just Darby took too much punishment, but still won. It made Darby, it look stupid.
But Darby always takes a lot of punishment.
Yeah, but there's taking a lot of punishment, and then there's what Scorpio was doing.
Darby's MO is taking punishment and still winning.
Yeah, it is, to be fair.
Yeah, but what was that screw finish? That was the worst screw finish I've ever seen.
What, the inside cradle?
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with Scorpio at all.
Yeah, but it's like,
how did he not kick out? He wasn't injured, he wasn't tired, there was nothing. He just said, "Oh, all right, I'll stay down for this 3 count."
No, but
it was stupid. What? Darby couldn't even walk, but somehow he managed to get the pin and win.
I think the whole reason of that Darby win is because then Sky kind of cracked.
No.
No, you played a heel hook on Darby Allin, kept it locked in there.
Yeah, but he could have won and then kicked his ass.
Yeah, but then there wouldn't have been the thing of Darby Allin giving him a little pound on the shoulder, like, well done, good match.
Who cares?
And then
Who
him
cares
snapping.
That he pat him on the shoulder. Well, leave him on the floor so he can't walk anymore. I'll be happy.
Well, he ain't walking. What?
Who cares about tapping you on the shoulder?
So now you do not like Darby Allin? Is that what you're saying?
It's not that I don't like Darby Allin. That match was a bit too unbelievable.
No,
he wants to strap on. He wants to strap on Scorpio.
He deserved it for that match.
Well, hold on a second. He was complaining about Scorpio Sky winning the brass ring and going around. You're going to look stupid.
I was complaining about the actual ring, not Sky winning.
What? He's going to walk around with it. And I kind of just have to tell you, he's not even going to walk with it because the match is next week. See, he didn't even come out with it.
Yeah, thank God.
Like, he could have cashed it in. Because he should have cashed it in like
he should have.
Briefcase.
He could have come out, in blue, white, and red, and that, and they could have played Sonic the Hedgehog's theme song, and he could have cashed it in the ring.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, that would have sold me. If you come out with Sonic, why not?
But all I'm saying is that should have been the match that Scorpio Sky won. He should have took the belt from there.
I'm gonna just. I think what they're gonna do is, this is the start of the feud now. The whole thing with Cage and Team Taz, done. It's over, gone. Now it's gonna be Darby versus Sky, and the thing, Sky hadn't been on TV for a long time as well.
Yeah, but look how good he was.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Now he will most likely get his TV push, so he'll most likely be on TV now for the next month and a half. And then maybe at the end of it, he will become champion.
No, the whole point of the ladder match was you get your title shot, and he should have took his title shot and he should have won it. Because losing the title just completely erased the whole point of the ladder match. So what was the point of it? He lost the next night. So what was the point of that?
No. I still think you gotta look. I think most likely this will be a feud now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He cracked. He put he put Darby in a heel hook. The refs tried to come out to break it up. They didn't really break it up. He looked like he cracked up. He looked at his hands and he started smiling, one of those evil smiles. Which means that next week, if Darby Allin got a match against someone else, I can more or less guarantee that Scorpio Sky will probably come and be a nuisance.
Yeah.
That is more or less what's going to happen. And then sort of settling on to start a feud with this, which most likely then at the end, all right, Darby, you've had the belt for, I don't know, 9 months. Time to give it to someone else.
I could see that as well.
It.
But again, that's my opinion.
He should have lost it.
Should have lost it, yeah.
I'd be happy, yeah, if Sky won last week. Next week, Darby Allin wins it back. The week after, Sky wins it back. The week after, Darby wins it back. You've never seen that before. Do something new.
That just sounds like the 24/7 championship.
No, not at all.
I'm not saying...
Look at the match that they had.
It was great.
That was the best match of the night. Sky did well, they both did. I wanted Sky to win, but they both did a fantastic job.
Yeah. When you got someone like Darby that can sell a move, it kind of works really well. Like when Moxley's DDT'd Omega, and you can see that Omega got planted right on his bean because Omega just sells a move so nice.
No one sells like Omega.
No one sells like Omega. But there with Darby will end up hurting himself a lot more because he will just go, you know what, this will look good. And sometimes you just got to go, you know what, probably not a good idea to take that bump.
Yeah.
But he will. So yeah, that was that match. I liked it.
I liked it.
Match.
Just a wrong
Yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, I liked
I'll
it.
say that match and the first match were the two. Well, they were. Well, let's be fair, there weren't many matches, but they were the strongest matches on the card.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, what sold it was those two beautiful counters that were actually in that match. The cutter for me, I can still see it right now in my head. So the Inner Circle come out because they're going to have a war council because they've been losing quite a few matches recently. I have to say I did notice that Wardlow wasn't with them as they come out. So I was already suspecting that something was going to happen since Wardlow wasn't around. So Jericho starts complaining about not winning some matches and says maybe we need to bring some new members in, which then MJF kind of said, I think we should be cutting some people, not bringing new people in. Sammy Guevara's music hits. He comes to the ring and they have a little chit chat back and forth. And he wanted Jericho to see this thing that he wanted to show him.
Chris, I have to show you.
Yeah, just like that.
When did Mickey Mouse come?
So he says, Chris, I have to show you. I've known you from day one, Chris.
I know you, Chris.
Ain't that a song as well? Anyway, let's not. Anyway, right. So
what I want to do is do it.
Big girl.
All right. Can we continue?
Oh, Rick.
Can we continue with this
Rick.
madness? Anyway, so right, we're gonna fall out if you don't stop. So Sammy Guevara comes out and he put his phone or a camera in the locker room, and the Inner Circle are in there without Chris Jericho, and MJF comes in and says, I think it's time that good old Chris gets taken out. and see you guys outside. So, at one point, Jericho and Sammy on one side of the ring, and the rest of the inner circle, and MJF on the other. And he goes, MJF said to him, "I'm sorry, Chris. You had to find out like this. Get 'em, boys." And Jericho grabs Floyd, and Hager and Santana and Ortiz walk towards him. At that precise point, I thought to myself, this is going to turn on MJF.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to actually attack Jericho. And that's what happened. They actually then just turned on MJF. He gets pushed to the floor by Jericho, and he says, "Please don't do this. Something or other. I'd be making my own team." The lights go out, and in the ring, there was Wardlow, FTR, Sean Spears, and Tully Blanchard. Tully was actually holding a bottle. Just a quick question, guys. Did you pop when you saw that?
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn.
I think I was unable to pop because
Why?
I was so excited.
Just so excited. Oh, I popped, and I had to control myself not to scream because it was. We've been speculating. Me and the Bushmen have been speculating about when are the Four Horsemen going to show up in that sense, because they've been given these little hints of like Arn Anderson comes out with giving the approval of the Four Horsemen to Tully Blanchard, and we did even, I think, during the Revolution podcast, we did mention who would be the fourth member.
Yeah.
And we did say the most likely person would be, well, MJF is the closest one coming to Ric Flair. And FTR basically are Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
No.
No?
FTR are Oli and Arn.
Yeah.
Sean Spears is Tully.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So in that sense, yeah, I guess. But then who becomes the fourth member? Like
Flair.
who becomes Mungo?
No.
Oh,
Flair.
God.
MJF.
Yeah, no. Go on.
Mongo is so Wardlow.
Oh my
That's
God.
Mongo. Wardlow
There is no
Mongo.
Mongo.
What about
The original Horsemen.
Okay.
Ali, Arn, Tully,
So who's
Flair.
Ollie then?
Sean Spears.
But you just said Sean Spears is Tully.
Tully, yeah.
So who's Ollie?
FTR are Oli and Arn.
Okay. Got you.
Sean Spears is Tully. MJF is Flair.
Yeah. Which you happy with that?
Absolutely.
You're happy with this new format of Four Horsemen?
Yes, but we need to get rid of Wardlow. And MJF needs to keep being an arse, but
one thing,
team arse.
One thing though, just so we don't anger people, you do like Wardlow.
Of course, I love Wardlow.
Okay, no, because you just said you need to get rid of Wardlow.
No,
that's why I just want people to know.
Free.
Yeah, I just want people to know that you actually do like Wardlow.
Yes, Wardlow's a sexy guy.
To be honest,
Wardlow
I do want Wardlow to go on a rampage.
Yes,
and I would love to see Wardlow versus Miro.
Yes, me too. But I think probably if it's not next week, do we know when Hager's MMA match is?
No, but I could probably check that out. You know, we are all in front of a computer, you know.
Because I would love, once his MMA match is done, Jericho and Hager versus MJF and Wardlow. That'd just
Yeah.
be so. That'd be so fantastic.
Yeah, so they all got basically whooped. Jericho got his eye busted open.
Yeah.
And then I think they even used Floyd on him, didn't they? Yeah, they used Floyd.
Then just use Floyd.
Yeah, put him over the top rope onto the ramp, and then Wardlow powerbombed him through a table onto the floor from the top of the stage.
He should have ducked.
Should have done.
Should have ducked.
Yeah. So basically, that was
What? What are you
What?
talking about? I should have ducked.
He had duct tape on him, didn't he? He should have ducked. Don't worry, bad joke.
you're a mess. You are actually a mess.
And he didn't powerbomb. Didn't he powerbomb him onto tables or something?
Yeah, I said he powerbombed him
outside,
tables
yeah.
onto the outside.
Oh, okay.
And then they
You
stood
are
over
really
him.
not. You are really not with it today, are you, Steve?
No, when you said on the floor, I thought you meant as in actually on the floor.
No. I said through the tables onto the floor from the top of the stage.
Yeah, well, it's padded tables, but
Shh. No one needs to know.
safe as houses.
No one needs to know.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember.
They did a good job of hiding it.
Well, to be honest, Jericho's also an old man now,
Yes, this is true.
so he can't just carry on taking bumps like that anymore. And
I was happy with the group formation, but like I said, MJF needs to start becoming a. If this is really going to be a new Four Horsemen, he's going to need to start gelling with the team. He can't be this lone wolf, angry guy. He has to be. For the whole reason the Four Horsemen worked was because they were together. They all helped each other. They all worked together. It can't just be these three guys and Ward and MJF's there. He has to be part of the team.
yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have to see what happens next week, because I'm sure they'll be on the show next week.
Possibly.
Yeah, apparently we're meant to find out. We're meant to find out who they are and their name next week. Who they are, what their team name is.
It's gonna be the Horsemen. I don't think WWE owns the right to the Four Horsemen. I think Arn owns it.
And yeah, this concludes another podcast from us. If you like,
Stampede could be coming, but yeah,
could be. But yeah, if you like it, please subscribe and leave a comment. It does help us to see what you guys want to hear or want to, if you want us to actually stop talking crap and actually just concentrate on wrestling.
drop a like.
Drop a like, of course. Like, comment, subscribe in that order, please. But yeah, that's been another Superplex podcast. I've enjoyed chatting amongst my fellow wrestling colleagues, and it's a good night from me.
That's a good night from him.
And a good night from him.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
69 me.